Tuesday, June 13th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East along with you. Hey, look at that. That's a good-looking sunrise underway from our Greensboro Tower camera a little bit before 6 o'clock early this morning. A warm, muggy, summer-type morning underway across the region. We'll take a look at the Dowd YMCA camera as well, and same deal. We'll have a little bit of high clouds, pretty sunrise in many spots across the region, but it is warm and sticky, 72 degrees at this point as I got the video in Charlotte, with dew points well up into the 60s. Look at the heat across the eastern part of the country yesterday, all the way up in places such as Boston and Philadelphia, mid-90s. St. Louis, 95. Dodge City, 94. Birmingham, 91. We had a lot of upper 80s and lower 90s across the Carolinas, 88 in Charlotte, 94 in Fayetteville, 88 in Greensboro too. That Greensboro high 4 above average, the Charlotte high temperature 3 above average, and probably just as hot, if not a degree or two hotter today, and then even a little hotter still tomorrow before temperatures begin to tail off. All right, the radar fairly quiet over the past couple of hours. Couple of isolated showers in the mountains and the foothills, but here's what we're watching for later on. These thunderstorms firing up here into parts of West Virginia, back into parts of Kentucky and Tennessee. I think as we get deeper into the day, we will wind up with some scattered thunderstorms and a good chunk of the mountains, foothills, and out into the Piedmont zones. That southwesterly flow has done the job. We are in that soupy air all across the eastern part of the country. Look at these dew points that are really, really high over the much of the eastern two-thirds of the country. It is a warm, muggy setup in many, many spots. Now you take a peek here at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today. There's today's convective outlook for day one. The highest severe weather probabilities up into parts of the high plain states as that next storm system continues to work eastward. Now I'll tell you this, some of the background data you see here is the latest run did not make it into the system, so let's take this with a grain of salt. There's actually more thunderstorms further to the south and east in reality on some of the later model runs than what you see. But the bottom line is, I think, scattered thunderstorms. Now, what I'm going to call this here is the coverage of rain. So in other words, if you live in that orange shaded area up there toward the mountains and the northern foothills, probably 60% of backyards catching a little bit of rain today. And then the percentages taper off from there to some extent. But still, we're talking maybe 40% of any individual locations in Charlotte and Greensboro, Winston-Salem, picking up scattered thunderstorms, and then the storms become much less numerous as you head further to the south and east. There's the warm air today, not just warm, sticky too. We are up here in this uncomfortable portion of our dew point comfort scale for today. We'll take a peek at the skycast for Greensboro. Scattered thunderstorms on the way with high temperatures in the upper side of the 80s to right around 90 in some spots. Now tomorrow, again, we're looking at scattered thunderstorms as a possibility. Tomorrow's highs, look at that. It's going to be a really hot day for Wednesday. And then Thursday, again, good chances for showers and thunderstorms. Thursday's highs in the 80s. And I think we need to maintain pretty good chances for some areas of showers and thunderstorms through the weekend and right on into Monday. Monday's the day another cold front approaches and moves through, and maybe by Tuesday of next week, drier air, lower humidity, and maybe a completely dry weather day. All right, tropical update. It is quiet across the Atlantic basin. No sign of any tropical development in the Atlantic, the Caribbean Sea, or the Gulf of Mexico. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Everybody have a great day. Stay cool, and God bless.